All right, welcome everybody to another proverb each day, a new month. Can you believe it? Month four, month four of reading a proverb every single day. That's pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool. Now, I wish I could do this live with you, but unfortunately, the circumstances of my travels right now are making it so that we can't do a kickoff event like I was hoping to do, or like I do like to do every month. So bear with me. But, yeah, so okay, the burning question. Actually, you probably saw in the description already, so it's not a big mystery. But I decided to do something different today and kind of go back to my childhood a bit, um, and use the Good News translation. Now, is this the best translation in the world? No, I don't think so. I don't read this very frequently. In fact, it's probably been easily 40 years since I've read the Good News translation. So but it's one of those where, the thing I remember enjoying about it is how it kind of made things, um, plain, I guess you could say, and not necessarily, like, dumbed down, I don't think, but, yeah, it had a very plain way of saying things, and so I'm gonna just try this out this month, and, there's so many translations of the Bible, and so many months, and so many days, so we'll just make this happen, right? Alright, so let's get into this, and oops, yay, proverb each day. Here we go. Let me take this away. You got the point. We're not live today. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David and king of Israel. Here are proverbs that will help you recognize wisdom and good advice, and understanding sayings that will with deep meaning. They can teach you how to live intellectually and how to be honest, just, and fair. They can make you they can make an inexperienced person clever and teach young people how to be resourceful. These proverbs can even add to the knowledge of the wise and give guidance to the educated so that they understand the hidden meanings of proverbs and the problems the wise raise. Advice to the young. Verse 7. To have knowledge, you must have first reverence for the Lord. Stupid people have no respect for wisdom and refuse to learn. Let's see what their footnote is. Reverence to the Lord is the other way to say that. The most important part of knowledge is having reverence for the Lord. So, in other words, they're interpreting the fear, that sort of thing, as reverence, which is fine. My child, pay attention to what your father and mother tell you. Their teaching will give you sorry. Their teaching will improve your character as a handsome turban or a necklace improves your appearance. My child, when sinners tempt you, don't give in. Suppose they say, "Come on, let's find someone to kill. So let's attack some innocent people for the fun of it." They may be alive and well when we find them, but they'll be dead when we're through with them. We'll find all kinds of riches and fill our houses with loot. Come join us, and we'll all share what we steal. Okay, first of all, does this sound like a YouTube trend to you? Does that sound like it's the same kind of things that we're seeing in today's world? Yeah, just some of the things that I've seen that are just mind blowing in their evil. Um, I can't even conceive of how these things are happening. But nonetheless, let's continue on here. Let's see. We're on verse 15. My child, don't go with people like that. Stay away from them. They can't wait to do something bad. They're always ready to kill. But it does no good to spread a net when the bird you want to catch is watching. Well, people like that are setting a trap for themselves, a trap in which they will die. Robbery always claims the life of the robber. That is what happens to anyone who lives by violence. Footnote here is, um, the Hebrew is the path of. So robbery claims the life of the robber. That's the path of anyone who lives by that violence. That's the way to say that. On to verse 20. Listen, Wisdom is calling out in the streets and marketplaces, calling loudly at the city gates wherever people come together. Foolish people, how long do you want to be foolish? How long will you enjoy making fun of knowledge? Will you never learn? Listen when I reprimand you. I will give you good advice and share my knowledge with you. I have been calling you, inviting you to come, but you would not listen. You paid no attention to me. You have ignored all of my advice and have not been willing to let me correct you. So when you get into trouble, I will laugh at you. I'll make fun of when terror strikes. When it comes on you like a storm, bringing you fierce winds of trouble, and you are in pain and misery. Then you will call for wisdom, and I will not answer. You will look for me everywhere, but you will not find me. You will never have any use for knowledge, and always have to. And have always refused to obey the Lord. You've never wanted my advice or paid any attention when I corrected you. So then you will get what you deserve, and your own actions will make you sick. Inexperienced people will die because they reject wisdom. Stupid people are destroyed by their own lack of concern. But whoever listens to me will have security. He'll be safe with no reason to be afraid. So obviously we're noticing right away here that the poetic structure is not here. It's not in the Good News translation, which is very interesting. So it's reading much more like a full on text, um, which I have to admit is slightly distracting for me. But I'm kind of liking it reading it this way, more like a letter than like the kind of the post-it note sayings. We'll have to see how this goes in further days, but yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts. Love to get your thoughts on what this looks like for you. I think I yeah, there we go. It's interesting sometimes to to let it just be the same for you every single time, even though so now that we're 4 months into me making this broadcast, or in going into month four of me making these broadcasts, um, no, just that is actually really blowing my mind. Um, that is a truth. Very, very cool. But nonetheless, it is a very interesting notion that we tend to say, "Oh yeah, I've read this before. I know this before." Um, but I don't know. There's just something that's striking me today of the notion of wisdom calling out and saying, "Foolish people, how long do you want to be foolish? How long will you enjoy making fun of knowledge when you never learn?" It is you less foolish. Has that improved things for you? That's the big question. So, as you're going today, maybe just look for areas where you're still being a little foolish, where you're still having those moments of, I've received correction, but I've not heeded it. I've gone back to the way I was. Maybe look for those things in your life today, and see if those things emerge. Um, and obviously, um, I'll be with you again tomorrow. Um, um, I think I'm going to try and attempt I think I'm thinking of this correctly. No, no, I will. I was thinking that there might be a possibility that I'll be able to do a live broadcast, but I have not confirmed that yet. So there's some logistics I need to work through. Long story, but let's just say I'm shifting location here. I'm actually going to visit some friends up about 2 hours from where, more like 3 hours from where I am now. So it means some logistics are involved, and so I have to figure all that out, and then balance all that fun stuff. So if I do a live broadcast, I will certainly try and let everybody know. I'll just make an event on social media platforms, but regardless, we'll keep at it. I do, like I said, I really love that we have a technology that allows me to pre-record this and share it out to you. Um, and obviously, I do. Um, suggest that you do subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's been more consistent about getting people notifications about when I'm going live. And that's just a harsh reality. And so that's kind of where I haven't decided to just cut it off and only do YouTube. I'm not even close to that decision yet. But I'm just saying from feedback I'm getting from others, that has been the more consistent experience. And so please do consider that if you're not already there. And hey, go ahead and share this to somebody. I know this is not a perfect kind of a thing, but we're imperfect beings serving a perfect God. So that's the way this works. So in the meantime, I'm going to head on, but do be blessed by the best, and then go be a blessing to all the rest. Do love you guys.